Hi and welcome to this unboxing and overview of the Nike Fuelband. Let's get stuck in. The box is quite neat. It's very easy to get into. It's actually got a separate casing. On the box itself, you've obviously got the front. On the side, you've got some information about the device, some information about how it works, and then on the back, it's a quick overview of how it sort of works with your phone and the computer. The box has a sort of slightly shiny Nike Plus logo. You can just make it out if you reflect it against some light. When you open the box, on the left hand side you've got the setup information. It's really easy to do, and on the right you've got the Nike Fuelband. You can just take that straight out. It comes with some charge, but they recommend that you give it a full charge before you start using it. In the box we've got some accessories. First up, this is the USB cable that attaches itself to the dock. I'm actually going to use this to take out the dock. It's quite hard to get out the box, so what I usually do is I clip it in and then I use the grip that has to get the dock out the box. The dock is quite neat. I'll show you how this works a little later on, but this all comes in the box. You've got an additional link that you can attach to the device to make it slightly larger, and you've got the sizing tool which helps you do that. It's quite small. I think the box is quite neat. It helps you keep all of this stuff safely. You also get a warranty and some information about how to set up the device, and on the left hand side you can see the sizing information. But let's put that to one side for a second. The features are fairly straightforward. First up, you've obviously got your Nike Fuel. If you cycle through, you get calories. You also get the amount of steps you've done in a day, and the time acts as a watch. It's quite a sort of neat screen. It's very nice to look at. If you press and hold, it takes you to the Bluetooth mode, which allows you to pair it with a mobile device. And if you press and hold again, it takes you to the reset function. This doesn't actually reset the information on the device, it just resets, it sort of wakes it up. And you can quickly cycle through the screens here, and then once you've settled on a screen, it will load up the information. Connecting it to the computer is fairly easy. First up, I'll show you how to connect using the USB dock. You clip the USB cable into the dock, you unclip the watch open, and then you just plug the Nike Fuelband into the dock like so. I find it easier to use the dock to sort of give you some leverage, and then once you've done that, the computer automatically recognises the device, the charging icon comes up, and you're good to go. It's quite a neat design. I think it looks really nice. You don't actually have to use the dock. You can plug it straight into your computer. It works on Mac and Windows as long as you've got the appropriate software. So you just plug it straight into the USB device and you're good to go. So here we are on the computer. I'm running Windows 8. So essentially, if you plug your Nike Fuelband into your computer, either directly into the USB or using the port that it comes with, that's the notification saying that I've plugged it in, and as you can see, the Nike Connect software fires up straight away. It gives you a bit of information about what it's doing. It's connecting to Nike Plus, uploading my stats. Once it's done that, it automatically fires up your default browser, takes you straight to the Nike Plus website, and asks you to log in. I log in usually with my Facebook credentials. You log in, and what it does is it shows you your stats by taking you straight to the dashboard with the updated information it's just got from your device. It's really neat, seamless, really quick. You could literally do this without even pressing buttons if you're already logged into Facebook and so on and so forth. So it's got a really nice sort of UI. I really like what Nike have done with their design. It's really vibrant, it's really exciting. I've never really understood the fuel points. To me, something like calories would just be much better, but nonetheless, I guess it's a gimmick and people love it. On the summary, you can look at your calories, your distance, steps, active time. I'm not really sure how accurate these are. I haven't had enough time to test it. As you can see, I've only had it for 2 days, so maybe in a month's time I'll be back once I've tested it against some actual distances and activities. When you click on this sort of summary, it takes you to activity where it shows you a more detailed breakdown of your day's activity as collected by the device. If you're using other apps in Nike Plus, for example the Nike Plus running app, you can also switch to that. I don't use those, I use Runkeeper, so I won't have much more information than what you can see here. But as you can see, it's a really nice sort of visual breakdown of what's going on. Other things that are worth checking out once you're here, on the dashboard, at the bottom is an area where you can see some information about how you're doing in comparison to the community. People in your age group. Obviously I am sucking right now because I'm pretty much indoors. It's New Year, I can relax, who cares. You can see how you're doing on average against other competitors, and also you can set your daily goals and see if you're hitting them. Another cool feature that I like, which is totally unrelated to the Fuelband, but I'll show you anyway, is the places. If you're going on runs and you like running a lot, or you just like being active, what this does is it shows you a heat map of sort of the running routes in your area. So I'm based in the UK, in the south, and as you can see, it has this map here. Let's go right into this London section here. Hyde Park seems like there's a lot happening. And while we're here, let's just take it full screen. So you can see here that there are several routes, and you hover over a route, it shows you, what that route is. If you click on it, it not only shows you the start and finish, but it also shows you what's happening with the route, the distance, estimated time it should take, how many people are running this route using the Nike Plus software, and how many runs have been done on this route. And you can see who's who's top in that league, and also who's a speed demon. This freelance dude seems to be topping the charts. So this is actually quite a neat tool. If you've used other running apps, yes, they do maps, but this I think makes it slightly more social. I like the way it shows a heat map, so you can see where the good spots are. It's just nice if you're trying to plan your own routes and decide which way to run, and also trying to judge distances. So yeah, that's the Nike Plus sort of online dashboard. But as I say, the dashboard is the main area for your activity. Once I've done a review, I'll be back and I'll test it against these, the accuracy of the information it's collecting, and we'll see how that's going. Whilst we're here, it's also a good chance to show you what the desktop app does. It's sort of unassuming. It loads up every time you plug in the device. When you click on settings, some more information comes up. You can change your profile information. These are my profile details, time and date. You can change whether you want it in 24-hour format, or you can manually set the time. You can customize the device. You can tell it which stats to loop through. By default, I've got calories and steps on, and you can even rotate the orientation of the information. You can tell it which hand you're wearing it on, but it will also make sure that this information is rotated in the right way. And you can set your daily goal. If you want to set yourself a goal that's different tomorrow, you can come on here and do that. You can also factory reset the option here. The reset I showed you earlier is just a hardware reset. It just gives the device a bit of a boot up the arse. But this one, factory reset, completely wipes the device, completely wipes the stats on the device, and gives it a new leash of life. So yeah, that's the desktop app. Next up, we've got the sizing. Changing the sort of size of the device is really easy. It's always a good idea to start by just trying it on first. If you've bought the right size, it comes in 3 sizes: medium, small and large. I don't know why I did it in that order, but there you go. It's good to check that they fit. Generally the sizes are fine out of the box, but if you need to change it, this is what you need to do. Essentially take the sizing tool. You'll see little holes on the inside of the device. You can only get to it from one side of the device, so insert the pin of the sizing tool into those holes, and it basically unclips each link, and essentially you just keep doing this until you've got the right combination of linkages to make it the right length. You've essentially got 3 linkages. You always need the silver one. That always has to sort of go into the Fuelband. But these 2 you can pretty much add to adjust it to whatever size you want. You can have just one of them, you can have both of them, or you can have none of them. You can just clip the silver section straight into the Fuelband. I personally prefer my Fuelband sort of loose around the wrist. It just means it's not rubbing against your ankles, and it also just makes it easier to read. whilst you're going about your daily business. So that's it. That's the Nike Fuelband. It's a really interesting device, really exciting. I'm yet to see if it actually motivates me. Anyway, a lot of people say it motivates them, and that's sort of the whole point behind these things. One thing that really sucks is the lack of Android support. Nike have the Nike Plus app that's only available on some Android devices, and on iPhone I think this device works really well. You can pair it to it by Bluetooth, but on Android there's just nothing, so you pretty much only have a desktop experience, and it sucks because quite a few people have Android devices, and why they haven't sort of come around to developing one we don't know yet. Maybe by the time I've done my review they'll have something out. So that's the Nike Fuelband, and hopefully see you soon with the review.